Hello, everyone. Salut à tout le monde. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode of video. Yesterday, we saw a lot of obedience to the ghost town instated by President Issa Tchiroma Bakary, our President-Elect of the Federal Republic of Cameroon. Yeah, I uploaded a video yesterday talking about how we, as Anglophones in the English part of Cameroon, the Northwest and the Southwest regions, should respect these 3 days ghost town, and I had to bring out some reasons why that is necessary. But instead of me to come in here today and I'm talking about the ghost town, there's no way I can just talk about the ghost town without addressing some of the comments that I got from that video of yesterday. Today is Tuesday, and I'm recording this in the morning. It's Tuesday morning, and it's going to be out today. You know, the ghost town is a 3 days ghost town. So it is Monday to Wednesday. But, you know, in the Northwest and Southwest, Monday is a regular ghost town day. So people were saying that, oh, today is just our normal regular ghost town day. But tomorrow and Wednesday, tomorrow, which is today, Tuesday right now, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, they're going to go ahead and do their businesses, do what they want to do because they've been suffering for too long. And now is the time for the Francophones to suffer. When I saw that, I was disappointed. But I understand where they're coming from. I do understand. At the same time, I want we all, or everyone here, to understand that this is a greater battle than we ever imagined. And the necessity for change in Cameroon is urgent. We all know that. And we agree that change is needed in Cameroon. But we might not agree on how to get there. But we understand that change is needed. Now it's time for us to come together and start to find reasons. How can we, get to that level? What are some of the steps we can take? And when I read some of the comments yesterday, I was a little bit disappointed because I felt like my people, have stooped so low to believe anything, and they can create any narrative using any example. Yeah, they were talking about how the United Kingdom or America, someone quoted an example, how America had to fight against the United Kingdom to gain its independence. Yeah, that's true. America had to fight the oppression of England to gain independence. But what that person did not say is that something happened after that shaped the history of this great nation of the United States. I'm in the United States now. But mind you, I left Cameroon not too long ago. I left Cameroon about 5 years ago. So five to 6 years ago. So you understand now that from 2016 to around 2019, I was in Cameroon. A lot of people would just be opening their mouth and ranting nonsense, asking me like, what was I doing? Was I creating videos of the struggle? I did not have this channel until about 2023. If I answered your question, because sometimes people just get so, emotional that if someone just say anything contrary to the point of view that they have, they just go on to attack that person and say some things, So going back to the person who talked about American independence, if I were to ask you now that will you love to live in America, you'll say yes. Or even if you say no, you're going to appreciate the greatness of America. You know how powerful the United States is. You do. Because there's no way that you don't know the strength of America. You do. in one way or the other, you understand that America is a very great nation. You can appreciate that. Now, my question to you is, why is America a great nation? And why would you, if you're living in Cameroon, why would you want to leave your country and come to America? And why are your self-proclaimed leaders in America? I want you to think for a second what I'm asking you, this question I'm asking you right now. Would you love to come to America? And why would you want to come to America? Think about it. And then the next question I'll ask you is, do you know that at one point in American history, they separated? There was a separation between the southern states and the northern states. But it's a great nation, isn't it? But you don't know that. Or if you know that, why are you hiding it? And why don't you write it on the comment section that, oh, America had a civil war, a deadly civil war. So sometimes we take one fact, to, make people feel like, oh, our argument is the ultimate. What we're saying is final. Whatever anybody brings up is nothing. If we want to go facts for facts, let's talk. Because sometimes you guys, say some things and I don't know if actually you take some time to process what you're actually writing. You see, you would love to come to America because America is powerful. America got a lot of opportunities and America is well-to-do as a nation and the collective might is incredible. That's what every country on earth will want to dream to get one day. But they can't. And America separated because the southern states wanted slavery to continue. But the northern state did not want slavery to continue. Because the northern state started getting industrialized. But the southern states was heavily relying on agriculture and slave labor. So you see, there was a clash in ideologies. And this went further when Abraham Lincoln was elected President of the United States, getting 0 vote from the southern state. At that time, the southern states understood that they don't have no say in the federal government. So they decided to secede from the Union, from the federal republic, and created their own government. That's when, boom, conflict started between the Union and the Confederate. It was a bloodbath. And in the end, America became one country, the United States of America. Because the people who were fighting for the Union understood that our strength together is more powerful than if we go separate ways. Let's find a way to come together. And you see, today, America has one of the strongest military in the world. No one even comes close. And we appreciate America. We love America. We want to come to America because of the opportunities that America possesses. But at the same time, you're going to sit down and write some crazy comment. You will not finish it. You see? Even that secession is not a new idea. Countries have tried to do it. But at the end of the day, they went to what works best for the entire nation. Our collective strength is very, very important. That's what we got to start thinking now. Instead of thinking about, oh, no, we got to separate and have this small country. No, that's what is killing us as Africans. Every small disagreement, we want to fight. We want war. And we want to, say, oh no, I want my own independence. I don't want to be part of these people no more. I understand that sometimes they push you to the extreme end where sometimes you can't take it anymore. And you all you got to do is you act based on what is in front of you. But when you have breathing space to think, it's very important that sometimes you put all the things down and have some reasoning. Think about everything before you take any action. Yeah, the whole concept of gaining independence, it sounds good to you. It sounds good to everybody. But there are a lot of things that need to be put in place for that to happen. And we are not there. Let's not deceive ourselves. That's the truth. You see, now, from the start, let's just not even say now, from the start of this struggle, from 2016 to now, 2025, you're going to realize that a lot of the leaders or the self-proclaimed leaders changed their point of view like 100 times. Had like, man, they're going to tell people something today, tomorrow they're saying it's something else, and then after that they're going to be like, oh no, they did not say that thing, and they're going to defend that point of view, even though they know they lied to the people. They use your emotion to lie to you. Still yet, you've not learned from that. You've not learned from that. And all the time, you still continue to want to be lied to. And when someone come and tell you the truth, you don't want to believe that person. All you want to do is you want to attack the person. Tell me how we're going to change. Even if we gain even if the English part of Cameroon were to gain independence today, how is that country going to look like? You see, the people you call leaders, the self-proclaimed leaders, they can't even agree among themselves. They can't even have one voice. Everyone is attacking the other person. The other one is attacking the other person. The other one is attacking the other person. And you want to realize some of them serve self-interest. I don't want to call names. You know them. You know all of them. And there's some that have even gone to court and something happened. Why? Because they started using the people for their personal benefit. Use people's sweat. People are losing their life, losing their loved ones. And people are, just, doing anyhow. After all, they're in America. And you are just there following blindly without even thinking. And when someone comes to tell you, like, just think. Don't just take anything from anybody. Think. Even me, when I say something, think. Think about it. Don't just, because I've said all these things, and we're in this place right now. It's just like being in a relationship. You're in a toxic relationship. And you're like, man. Oh, the only way is just to get out, and then you procrastinate. And then the only thing that you're going to think about is, this person is doing this to me. Sometimes when we say toxic relationship, do you know that you also have a role to play in the toxic atmosphere of your relationship? Do you know that? You have to think, step back to think, what role are you playing in this? Instead of blaming that person that, this person did this person did that, it is his fault, it is her fault. What role did you play? Think about it. Did you contribute to that thing? Because at times we don't think about our own stuff. We don't want to point fingers at ourselves. Like, I was at fault here. I did something wrong. It's easy to just like, everything was that person's fault. You have to retrace and think, maybe I did something. What were some of the things I did? And then like, if at that point now you don't have anything, like you have a conversation, how can we get this better? How can we make this better? Leaving should be the last resort. Last resort. So I understand you can use this point of view to, create a different narrative. I do understand. It's different. It's a matter of perspective. That's fine. But like I just told you, the United States and Cameroon, if you put America and you put the republic that you got, that we don't want, me in particular, I don't want, like, oh, want to secede from Cameroon and create the Republic of Ambazonia or Southern Cameroons, and you put America, where are you going to want to go to? The United States. You see the strength of one country. And that's why I see a lot of you even appreciate Nigeria. You appreciate Nigeria, even though you see Nigeria go through a lot, but you appreciate Nigeria. Why do you appreciate Nigeria? Because of the collective strength that they have. And if it's easy for maybe 1 million artists to blow up in Nigeria than 20 to blow up in Cameroon, we know these things. Let's not deceive ourselves. Okay, now when we go to the Southern Cameroons, that's when it's going to be better. That's when we're going to be richer. That's when we're going to be the greatest country on earth. That's when we're going to be the best. Come on, guys. Let's not deceive ourselves. Together, with the right frameworks, we can do magic. If change happens in Cameroon, Paul Biya leaves, and we have a different president who understand what youth empowerment is and how to create a framework for ideas to flow, for people to prosper, Cameroon is going to be in a whole different place because we are in a strategic location. We're kind of like a hub between, we link West Africa and Central Africa. That's a very big trade resource. Just that location, the geographic location is a big advantage if you utilize right. We can become one of the big hub, in trading, connecting West Africa to Central Africa and Central Africa to West Africa. Just imagine, it unlocks a lot of opportunities. That's just one aspect. There are a lot of things that Cameroon have an advantage to. And we have to start thinking about all these things, guys. Stop being blindfolded by one prospect, one idea, and we have been lied to. And the funny thing is, that have been lying to us, and you've been finding out some of the things, but still yet, you want to believe in the lie because you have gone too far. So the truth is, we have to join forces to get Biya out of government. And you see, someone said, some people were losing their lives back then when they said federalism. Yeah. Some were targeted by the people who were there to protect us. Some were targeted by the government. Honestly, it was both sides. That's the truth. But you see, there was one person that did not change, was Agbo Bala. Agbo Bala did not change. He stood for federalism. Till today, he's still in that point. Others drifted to separation and came back and drifted again. But he stayed and remained the same. That's the only person that I saw and I've seen that remain on that flag of Federal Republic of Cameroon. And that's the right thing, because Cameroon is going to be stronger with the right framework, and togetherness is needed. And our youths are needed in this. So let's focus on making sure that Paul Biya leaves office. And I urge my brothers in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, please respect the 3 days go style. Today is day 2, Tuesday. I don't know how it's going to be. I've not checked to see the updates, but I'm recording this video. I'm telling you, please, let's respect it. Let's respect it. Paul Biya must leave. The ghost down has more to do with who is pulling the shots in Cameroon. Yeah, it has more to do with who is pulling the shot in Cameroon. Because if you pay attention, you realize that in some places, the SDOs and the government officials are going to these markets and telling people to open their shops because they don't want the kind of crazy atmosphere where Issa Tchiroma is the one dictating or telling the people like, oh, this is what we have to do, to resist this oppression from the government. Now, those SDOs are getting instruction from Atanganji, Paul, in Yaoundé, telling them and instructing them, you have to go and tell them, if they don't open their shops, those shops are going to be closed for good and will be given to another person. Just see how far this government has gone to tell you that you must open your shop. You're a business person, an entrepreneur. You decide, man, you have the right to your shop, not the government. The government did not give you money to buy things and stock your shop. You bought your things yourself. So you have the right to decide, oh, today I don't feel like opening my shop. It's up to you. It's your business. You're the business owner. It's not a government business. But see how low we have gone. Now the government is the one coming to tell people, you must open your shop. If you don't open your shop, they're going to sell it. I even saw a video where the SDO provoked unnecessary, problems. Unnecessary. It was avoidable. And all of a sudden, boom, things started happening. And the military had to get involved too. So you see, let the people be. Let the people be. The Cameroon government right now is powerless. Paul Biya and his regime, they are all powerless. We the people, we don't listen to them. And that's slowly but surely, they're going to feel that they are not needed. It's going to get to a point where even those DOs, those military personnel, are not going to be getting instruction from them. And that's game over. They're trying to avoid it. Avoid every possible scenario. Because they know if you get to that stage, they can't do anything at that point. So right now, they're trying everything possible to stop it from getting to that point. So let's unite, guys. This back and forth is good for the regime. We're just making the regime stronger. And you see the mistake we did. The stupid thinking of those self-proclaimed leaders telling everyone to sit home during the election time. Put a long ghost down. So that way, Atanganji Paul and his people will put a lot of fraudulent results in the Northwest and Southwest. How can you imagine that Paul Biya won in the Northwest and Southwest by 80%? Yet, the people have been revolting against him for about 9 to 10 years now. Can you explain that to me? Explain that to me. If the strategy of the self-proclaimed leaders are working, how did that happen? It begs the questions. Are they working for them? Or are they working for us? Honestly, we have to think about these things. I'm not saying they're working for them, but I'm just saying that, you see, some of the bad decisions they take instead favors the other side, instead of favoring us. But when someone comes and say these things, you guys are quick to attack and quick to just say things without reasoning. Let's talk honestly. I would like you to voice out your concern, voice out your opinion, but I want you to be logical. Instead of just trying to disregard what I say or say, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He's wrong. Let's have a conversation. Talk to me. Give me your point of view. Give me facts. And I'm going to give you facts. Yeah. I remember when this struggle started, I was in Cameroon. It's not as if I was in America like some other people. I was in Cameroon. So I went through all these things when the thing was still hard. I left Cameroon in 2019. When the thing was still hot, I was there. So I know what I'm talking about. Some of the people who are here were not even in Cameroon at that time. And they don't have any shot of visiting Cameroon. Yeah. So let's say it as it is. Our country needs to be better. And all these pointing fingers gotta stop. We have to come together as one, united in our diversity. But not in this form of government that we have now. In the Federal Republic, where the power goes back to the people in a real way, right frameworks. And the people who are going to represent us are going to be we the people. We're going to talk for ourselves. Because I don't trust any of these self-proclaimed leaders to do anything that is going to benefit the people. I don't trust them. We the people have to decide. You see, a lot of them, some of them were quiet because they realized after a while, talking about the Ambazonia struggle, the Ambazonia stuff was not gaining steam. So they had to sit quiet. Have you noticed that all of a sudden, boom, all their channels, what they cover now is the Cameroon election. Now they've left Ambazonia to Cameroon election. Think. Even you are fed up. I'm fed up. The moment, I was a strong believer in this because of all the lies. I was in Cameroon. I was a strong believer in this. When I started finding out that these people are lying to us and they're not straight, they're just trying to hype people up, I was like, man. And at that time, you see, the example they kept on giving was, they kept on giving the example of South Africa, talking about how South Africa had to fight separation. But what the fatal mentioned was South Africa did not break away or break apart. South Africa was one country. Even when Nelson Mandela went to prison for about 27 years and was released, what he preached was peace. Peace. And South Africa made a lot of mistakes after that. Nelson Mandela tried to create a framework that will, make the black people in South Africa empowered, be involved in the economic activities of the country. And they created a policy. But that policy was meant, to empower black people. But in the long run, corruption and everything got in. And the people that the program was to, empower and help, instead turned to hurt them. And that's the truth. That's why if you go to South Africa now, the unemployment rate in South Africa is about 60%. The youth unemployment. The youth unemployment in South Africa is alarming. About 60%. Just imagine. From doing well to all of a sudden, boom, it's going down. Because of mismanagement of the ANC government. That's why you see the last election, the people were frustrated. Normally, the ANC always win in a landslide. But this time, they had to form a coalition telling you that people are fed up. The South African people are fed up. I love my South African people. I have friends who are South African. So I'm not saying anything trying to, disregard them or say, oh, they're bad. They're bad people. Oh, no, they're bad. They're really good people. I love them. South Africans are really good people. So yeah, let's think about all these things. South Africa is one country. When I had to give South Sudan had to fight for Sudan for this long. And they had to break away. Take your Google, check South Sudan and check Sudan. See how they're doing. Just fight. And it has not been prosperous as the people told us, as those leaders told us, it will be. Look at, check the stats, see what is happening. So let's be frank. Let's see what works. So this is a struggle for every Cameroonian. Someone says, oh, I'm in Amazonia, I'm not in La Republique, but you're using CFA franc. You have a Cameroon ID card. If possible, you have a Cameroon passport, but you're in Amazonia. Let's start, at least let's stop, deceiving ourselves. Getting independence is not just waking up one morning and say, oh, we're a sovereign nation. No, there's a lot that have to go in place. And we are not close. We are not even there. That's the truth. So the better wake up and start facing reality, the better for us. We have to wake up. Let's be up. Wake up and face reality and know that, oh, this is what we have ahead of us, and this is what we got to do as a people. I know I'm going to say this thing, I'm still going to get attacked by people, but no problem. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Any day, anytime. You're not going to stop me from talking. I'm going to talk. I'm going to tell you the truth. You don't need to agree with me, but I'm going to say it as it is. We need change. We need change. Change is needed in Cameroon. And Paul Biya must go. Simple. Paul Biya must go. So let's unite forces and support our President-Elect Issa Tchiroma Bakary. But if you think that what I'm saying does not make sense, I want you to write on the comment section. The leader, the self-proclaimed leader, will have a better idea about this whole thing. Tell me the leader who has a better idea, and tell me his vision. Tell me what he plans to do. Tell me what he is doing now. Tell me some of the steps he has started taking to ensure that we get to where they claim we'll get to. Tell me that. All of them. Pick anyone and tell me. You're going to just listen to all of them. After listening to this thing, click all your videos. Go ahead, click all of the videos. And then listen. Pay attention closely. What they are saying. The vision of the nation that they're trying to create. What the people are going to contribute to that nation. What are some of the strategies they want to implement? What are some of the... To build a nation is not just waking up on one morning and just say anything. There are steps that you got to take. So you have to be a visionary thinker to do that. So I want you to tell me, who is a visionary thinker in this? Everyone is saying, oh, Amazonia, Southern Cameroon, da. Who's taking us there? Who? The self-proclaimed president can sit down there. Let's wake up. Who voted for him? You voted for him? A lot of times people don't want to talk because they're like, man, if I talk, these people are just going to start attacking, saying things. I do not give a damn. It's time for us as you to wake up. We have been lied to for a long time now. And the funny thing is, we have accepted it as normal and as truth. Even though we know it's a lie, but we just want to believe it because the situation is not the best. It's not the best. We put ourselves vulnerable to any garbage that comes our way. Let's think, reason. If someone says something, think about it. Do research. Understand that thing. Now AI is even there. If someone says something, fact check that person. Go research. Use AI. Don't just believe anything that anyone says, including me. Like I always say, including me. If I say something, fact check. Do research. Make sure what I'm saying is on point. I've given you several examples today. I want you to check it out and do research on those topics or those examples to make sure that, what this guy is actually saying makes sense. Because even some of you who are attacking me, you do understand and know that what I'm saying makes sense. You know. But you just want to, boom, this guy is not talking about Amazonia. Boom, this guy is not talking about Southern Cameroon. Boom, you're quick to attack. And after attack, it goes to threat. Start threatening people. Be warned. We're going to do that. Threatening people. Instead, the country we want to build is going to be a country where people are, if someone says something contrary, you threaten the person. Or you come and start making sure that you suppress that person from talking. And then why are we fighting this oppression in the first place? We're fighting Biya oppression and suppression of the people of Cameroon. But yet, people say, oh, no, that's too much. And then want to secede and gain our own independence. But yet, the amount of oppression and suppression that they're trying to give, the depression level is going to be out of hand. No. We can't work like that. So the truth is, let's unite. Let's unite. We need to be united. At this point in time, we need to be united. That's the truth. We will need each and every one of you to come together and say enough is enough. Because all this back and forth is what Paul Biya needs and he loves. We're not going to give Paul Biya joy. Let's not give Paul Biya joy. Let's not give Paul Biya joy. Together, we have a strong bargain. Together, we have a strong statement to make. Together, we are strong. You know that, I know that. I give one example. If you don't love America, and then if you don't love to come to America or you don't appreciate America's greatness, and then maybe secession is your only way forward. But if you do appreciate America's greatness and you love to visit America one day and you love to have the opportunity that America has, and then you understand that collective power is the strongest and the mightiest. So let's be true to ourselves. Let's be true to ourselves rather, and make sure that every decision we're taking is the right one. And everything we say is the right one. We're thinking about what we say. We don't just wake up and say something because of emotional reaction. We are saying it because we thought about it carefully before it comes out of our mouth. It's very important, guys. It's very, very important. We have a role to play. You have a role to play. I have a role to play. Stop pointing fingers. Do what's right. Do what's right. And I want every one of us to be patriotic. Love our nation. We need change. Paul Biya is not the way. He has to go out. Everybody, the Supreme Court, everybody out. Parliament, everybody out. Senators, everybody out. Governors, everybody out. We need a federal republic. We're going to vote our governors. Mayors, CBDM, out. Even as everybody out. In fact, we need to start from scratch. We need to build our country from scratch. That's the truth. That's the truth. We need to start from scratch. So we have to get rid of every of these oppressors and start from square one. That's how we're going to build a great nation. So my people in the Northwest and Southwest, it is our time to come together. It is our time to come together. We have suffered for a while. We have suffered for too long. We have had enough pain that we can't take it anymore. But we are almost at the finish line. There's a strategy in place now. There's a way forward. There's a clear path forward. And we can see it. We can feel it. Even you that believe in Southern Cameroon, you can feel that something is about to happen. You can feel the excitement in the air. You can feel it. That it's not as the other time. Something is going to happen. You don't want to believe it, but you want to believe it. I know. So let's join the movement of winning and unite our country unite our country. Because if you're talking about secessionists or like seceding from Cameroon, the northern part of Cameroon too is going to do the same thing and want to do the same thing. But now that's not even on the agenda. One Cameroon, because they understand that our strength together is very powerful. So everybody, please, let's not lose focus. Let's come together and build our nation, because our nation is bigger than you, and it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than everybody else. Our nation is going to live even after we die. Paul Biya is going to die and the nation is going to live. So let's make sure that we're creating the right framework and principles around our great nation, so that way we become builders. But we're not going to get there if you're not thinking. So let's think and make sure that anything anyone says to us, we check it out and fact check. Think about it. Make sure it makes sense. You don't just believe anything you hear. That's how we're going to build a great nation. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope I said something that, impacted you in one way or the other. And if I did, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And if you can share with your loved ones, family and friends, let them hear and feel the patriotic nature of being a Cameroonian, because that is what we need at this moment. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Au revoir. Bye bye.